So Senior Advocate Mukul Rohatgi this past Saturday was speaking at the first national conference organized by the Supreme Court Bar Association. He expressed his opinion on a lot of things, few of which actually clicked with me, and I have some opinions on them. I would leave a link to the article by Bar and Bench in the description below. But first, due to my immense respect towards him, he shall hereinafter be referred to as Mukul Sir. Now, during this conference, he observed that the Indian litigation has increasingly come to resemble warfare, with lawyers often unwilling to yield any ground at all. He placed specific blame on the lawyers' community itself when he said, and I quote, "What have we grown up with? Lawyers doing litigation, taking it like a war, not an inch to be given, not an inch of suggestions, no attempt to try and settle. This is what we have become. And I must say, the lawyer's body must take a fair share of this blame." And I unquote. Now, I beg to differ. The way I look at it, the adversarial system, the you versus me, is by design and not by any kind of dysfunction. See, our Indian legal is an adversarial system which assumes that truth and justice emerge from two parties arguing against each other at their absolute best. So a lawyer who actually concedes an inch is not being a peacemaker. He may actually be breaching his professional duty to his client. See, the Bar Council of India rules also impose a duty of passionate representation of the client. Now, Mukul Sir's critique mixes a lawyer's role in our legal system with the lawyer's personal ethics, and these are two different things. Then Mukul Sir went on to say, and I quote, "Today we have a system where the litigant and the lawyer don't trust anybody. So the first court, appellate court, High Court, Supreme Court, review, curative, all this will go on and the war is endless." Unquote. Now, although Mukul Sir's observation is fundamentally correct, but the question that I ask is, why is there a lack of trust? And the answer is also somewhere in our legal system itself. Courts usually take years, sometimes decades to decide. Enforcement of orders is weak. Judges are overworked, and then there is no reliable mechanism for executing even the mediated settlements. We can't really fix distrust by asking lawyers just to be nicer. We might be able to fix it by creating a legal system where trusting others is a safe and the most sensible thing to do. Mukul Sir also drew from historical examples, stating that leaders like Mahatma Gandhi and Abraham Lincoln often prioritize settlement over prolonged litigation. But again, in my opinion, Mahatma Gandhi and Abraham Lincoln might have favored settlement partly because the courts of their era were even slower and more uncertain than today's. Then Mukul Sir concluded by saying that revisiting old community-based dispute resolution traditions, such as the panchayat system, could inspire innovations in modern dispute resolution when he said, and I quote, "Maybe if we resolve our outlooks and come back to the old ways of panchas, this could be an innovation." Unquote. I believe he forgot that the actual panchayat system in India has a documented history of caste bias, gender discrimination, and coercive settlements, including honor violence. Our constitution rightly abolished this parallel dispute resolution in many of its traditional forms for a reason. Now, this suggestion, I believe, romanticizes what was in many ways a form of oppression. So after all of this, the deeper question worth considering for all of us is, I believe, this. Is the primary purpose of a lawyer to resolve disputes or to represent the client's best interest? And these are often not the same thing. If you believe it is to represent the client's best interest, then our adversarial system of not giving an inch is not a bug, but actually a feature. But in my honest opinion, it is both, depending upon the situation, of course. And a lawyer's true skill is to know which mode to adopt and at which moment. See, when a lawyer's ability to think carefully, taking those right judgment calls, becomes weak and turns into an automatic, aggressive, arguing mode, just as a reflex, I believe that decline is what Mukul Sir was actually criticizing. He was not criticizing lawyers as a profession, but I believe rather this decline of thinking within the profession. But again, these are just my thoughts. If you have any thoughts on this, do let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next one.